Conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so let us start this demo of SAP S4HANA Enterprise Asset Management. As you people already having experience in EAM. Okay, so let us keep it as more interactive. I'll not go much explanation of PPTs. I'll just go with one business case and let us discuss and that the new things which is coming from the different perspective. If you don't have any experience in other areas, let us just make it that highlighted to understand how we can proceed further for the learning perspective. So that is my agenda here. So here when we are going forward, so here my agenda is to explain the SAP plant maintenance as a concept, and then business case. We'll take one business case and break down maintenance process flow, process net notification through SAP GUI, and how you can manage your PM's life cycle through Fury application. Okay, so SAP already have given that is standard Fury application to manage different type of objects in SAP EM. Okay, and then we'll go with one simplified maintenance processing overview if time permits. Okay, so as we know that EM enterprise asset management, it is a concept, it is a package, it is not a single module which we can highlight here, right? Here, when we are going to understand starting from when you are thinking of let's say construction of any asset, okay, or installation of any asset, and then further it is going for your dismantling. Okay, when you are just dismantling and till that this complete cycle we are considering within the EM enterprise asset management. So many things are coming in between to manage this concept. Okay, so if you see, and when you are talking about complete asset life cycle management, it is starting from your concept when you are going to start to install or to purchase or procure any asset, and further you are installing it, and then further you are going to operate it. And the process of operation, you are using plant maintenance to maintain your asset. Okay, so here entire life cycle of asset management. Okay, we are just focusing from the maintenance perspective. Here plant maintenance is helping us, but before that some other modules also can help us to manage the business process steps. Okay, so here in this process, in this demo, I'll just focus on the plant maintenance part majorly, but I'll highlight some more things from the different areas also. Okay, so when we are going to understand, yeah, when we are going to understand a business case, okay, let's say layman or any new person who's entering in the area of enterprise asset management or plant maintenance, how he or she can understand that how exactly the process is being flown. Okay, how exactly the process steps is being followed here in any maintenance life cycle. Okay, so whenever we are going to learn directly plant maintenance, then trainer, or when we are going to any project, they are directly telling you to just create notification and then go to create order and then further process order, right? And then you are confirming, and you are planning the order, you are confirming, and then you are setting the status, completing the order. So this is the typical life cycle which we are following and major steps. But when we are going to understand with business perspective, okay, like how exactly it is needed in your organization or in any case, how it is helping as per the business process steps. Okay, so I have just taken one typical case from the facility management company. Okay, so let's say there is a one township. Okay, I have just taken one example of Sunbreeze apartment here. So this township, and for this township there is one company who's facilitating, and this company is responsible to do the maintenance. Okay, they are responsible for doing all the maintenance for this Sunbreeze apartments. Okay, and this township township itself is having the different towers and apartments, and these all apartments are fully furnished. Okay, so let us say this is one real estate company who are having already this asset. So, and this asset they are maintaining. Okay, or they are providing the facilities to their tenant, and they are having their own system to send a notification or to send a, let's say, complaint, or they are just sending the request for maintenance. Okay, so they are having one application, mobile application, or they are having some other provision where the tenant directly can call to the customer care, or they can directly contact to my customer care or admin department based on like some forms fill up or some mails provisions are there, right? So once it is coming to that maintenance team, then it is going to be routed based on the priority and based on the resources availability to maintain my assets. Okay, so when we are going to understand here, so here asset, what is the asset here and what is the next step which is being followed here? Okay, and what is the master data in different areas which we need to understand? So first thing comes like what is the asset here? So in this case, if you see the township, this township which is having individual apartment, okay, that is a asset here. Okay, so real estate company who's owning this apartment, this is their assets. Okay, so we are just considering that they are already owning these assets, and further they have given these assets to be maintained by some other company or facilitated to my tenant. Okay, so this real estate company is working like that. So here what happened, asset, it will be in asset accounting, it will be created as asset, and here in plant maintenance it will be created as function location. Okay, and here in refx, flexible real estate management, which is basically being used to manage your properties in refx in sap. Okay, there this will be business entity. Okay, so your township will be business entity, and this swastik tower 1 or swastik tower 2, this individual tower will be building, and individual apartment, okay, the business unit. Okay, so that will be used for further processing in the real estate life cycle. Okay, but here as we are focusing on the plant maintenance life cycle or plant maintenance perspective, so function location will be the master data through which we are going to manage our maintenance process. Okay, so here what will happen, let's say one tenant is there, and let's say this apartment is fully furnished. So here the real estate company has given all the appliances, okay, like refrigerator is there, ac is there, okay, tv is there, sofa is there, okay, all it is fully furnished. If you see any how like in some hotel apartment how it looks. Okay, so let's say tenant is facing some issue in his ac. Okay, ac is not working or some cooling is not there, so he should have this company should have some provision to submit this complaint. Okay, so if that entire system is working in sap, so here that we can provide a provision to have the mobile application. Okay, and here tenant will select will go to his login, and then he can select his unit, and then he can submit a complaint. Okay, in complaint they can write all the issues what is happening. So when he's submitting this app this complaint through application, automatically it will create a notification in background in sap. So from that point that maintenance cycle has started. Okay, so it is based on the provision of your planner group, or based on some different provision, it is coming to a respective team, and then the team that one admin team is sitting there, admin guy is sitting there, he's going to decide where exactly it has to be routed. So here the customer care, okay, this is the same admin department. So admin team, then he will check, or you can say it's a planner, he will check exactly to whom it should go for further maintenance, and based on that he's assigning the maintenance manager. Okay, and the maintenance manager is analyzing this requirement, whether it is electrical or inc, or what exactly it is, mechanical maintenance. So nature of maintenance is going to be decided by maintenance manager, and then he will assign the electrical or whatever the relevant engineer, relevant technician to this notification. Okay, so here what will happen based on this, okay, if it is, if then after that the technician or engineer will visit the site, or and then he will take action, he will perform the activities, he will check everything, and if he is able to fix this issue here itself without for any additional cost incurring, in that case that process of maintenance will be completed here. Okay, and what will happen next, that whatever the action he has taken to fix this issue, he will note it down with reference to the complaint, that whatever the steps has been followed. Okay. So either you are using SAP or not, or any other ERP where the maintenance process is there, this is a typical step which we are following in any maintenance process, initial process steps. Okay. And further, if any cost is going to incur, then it has to be routed through maintenance order. Okay. So here we need to understand, like as per the industry perspective, when we are going to define your master data, how exactly it has to be defined. Okay. So if it is for real estate company, that with reference to your function location, what we are going to create. If it is, let's say, manufacturing company, with reference to what exactly you need to create your function location or equipments. Okay. That is a another part to maintain the master data and all. Okay. So here I have taken example where your plant maintenance is going to integrate it with REFX, flexible real estate management. Okay. For example, if you are routing this same maintenance through maintenance order, and when you are incurring any cost, okay, when you are incurring any cost, so in this case, this cost can be from two side, whether it can added the asset value or it can be only operational value. For example, if you are just adding some cable or you are changing some cable, okay, in this AC, that is a very small part, right? This will not going to add any life value, life value or life years for this particular asset. Okay. So in that case, it has to be taken into expense account. If it is going to add any let's say useful life of this particular asset, in that case it will be added as a asset value. Okay. So here, this kind of project will work like both type of project, investment, or you can consider it as a adding of value into asset. So if you are considering from the EPPM side, project management side, so in project system we used to have a different type of project. Okay. Like we are having investment project, we are having expense project, we are having cost project. So if you are managing this similar kind of activity for the overall project, okay, where you are creating a PS project, and with reference to that you are assigning your all the equipment or machines, and then you are scheduling the project, and further you are performing the maintenance activity. In that case, it has to be routed for the settlement. So that is the other part. But here, how exactly the master data has to be taken, that is again sorry, depend on the different perspective based on which it has to be defined. Any question here, please?
Yeah, one question maybe from my end. Um,
Yeah.
Basically, we have two technical objects, right, on which we can do maintenance. Either
Yeah.
it can be a functional location or it can be an equipment.
Correct.
So in this case, what I understand, yeah, you were locating something based on different areas, so you are creating a functional location.
Correct.
And the AC itself, are you considering it as a functional location on which you are going to do the maintenance, or
No,
is it acting like an equipment
this will be equipment.
which is installed at a functional location, right?
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Okay, okay.
So when you are if you are getting a chance to integrate plant maintenance and REFX, okay, so this is a typical case where this apartment number you can create as a unit. Okay. Here you can create a unit, and with reference to that unit you can assign the function location, and all equipment which is going to be part of this apartment can be mount on this function location. So here in REFX itself you can see whatever the equipments and whatever the function location associated with reference to this apartment. Okay.
Rama,
Okay.
can you please brief about REFX means what exactly it is, how it helps the business?
See, this is a REFX stand for flexible real estate management. Okay. Older version of REFX is classical RE. Okay. Basically, to manage your properties, okay, rent in and rent out, we are using the module REFX. Okay, for example, see actually what happened in India, whatever the real estate companies are there, they are doing the construction and they are managing the properties also. Okay, so if you see the Soba Realty, if you see that Godrej Properties, if you see other Hiranandani and all companies, they are doing construction and plus they are managing the properties. But still in India we are calling it as a real estate companies. But here what is the concept outside of India, that real estate companies are those companies which are only managing the properties. They are having their own properties, they are renting out, or they are taking some properties on rent, and then again they are doing the then they are doing the subcontracting, they are sub renting. Okay, but they don't do any construction. Okay, construction companies are different. Okay, they do only the construction, they don't manage the properties. So when you are talking about the construction process management, okay, we are having the PS module which is managing all the process steps of the construction industry. But when we are going to manage the properties, there the REFX is coming in the picture. So let's say if you take example of Soba Realty for example, and they are having, let's say they are constructing their apartment for their own purpose. Okay, own purpose, why I'm saying they will own this apartment, they will not sell. Okay, they will only rent out. So what happen when they are starting any project? So PS will help them to manage all the process steps of initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closure. So once your property is ready, now let's say all the apartments are ready, and after that REFX will come in the picture. So then we need to create a master data in REFX. So first is business entities there, okay, and then we are having buildings, okay, then we are having further objects, okay. So based on that we are going to rent out. So let's say if someone is coming to take any apartment on rent, okay, so that particular apartment and that the person who's coming for rent in, okay, we need to create a contract in between of them. Okay, so this is the concept here. Is it clear?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and I hope this overhaul or shutdown project concept is also clear to you, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so here I have taken one business case, what are the process steps we are following in any typical process of plant maintenance. We are having let's say master data, and then for any general maintenance or any breakdown maintenance, we are creating notification, or malfunction, we are creating notification, and then we are processing this notification. And then if issue is rectified based on this notification itself, when there is a no additional cost is going to incur, then this notification will close itself here. And if it is not, then it has to be taken into the work order process. Okay, and then it will go for the plan work order, and then further for schedule work order, and then part collected. Okay, so let's say if any part need to be installed in that particular maintenance. For example, if in my case of AC maintenance, some let's say some major part is having some issue. Okay, some so in that case, when you are going to uh, fix that part, okay, first you need to collect it from your store, and then we need to perform the maintenance. So here perform work and then close the work order. So this is typical process of general notification or breakdown notification, or breakdown process, or let's say some malfunction. But if it is going for preventive perspective, in that case, first of all we need to create a like maintenance plan, and with reference to that your notification or order has to be initiated. So that is a another process steps. I kept it very simple so that any new person who are coming to learn the PM, they can understand it. So any question here, please?
No, Rama, I think this is pretty standard process that you have set
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, this is a SAP plant maintenance master data. We all understand that function, location, equipment, classification, assembly, equipment bomb, task list, and work center. Okay, so these are the major master data in plant maintenance. Okay. So here basically breakdown maintenance process flow. Okay, this is exactly what I have explained with respect reference to my previous slide. Okay, so let's say when that particular person is creating this request from his own mobile, or he can call to the customer care, or he can call to the real estate company's office. Okay, so in that case, that office or the admin guy has to initiate this maintenance. Okay, so here we are having different provisions. Okay, we can create notification through mobile, or we can create through GUI, or we can create it through web, or we can create it through Fury application. Okay, so here mobile or Fury application, like it's the same. So once it is created, then it is going for planning to the maintenance planner. Okay, so here we can define the workflow in the system, to whom it should go. Automatically workflow will be triggered, and then this maintenance planner will create and release the order with reference to this notification. Okay, so here there is one more process introduced, phase maintenance. Okay, phase maintenance, that where based on some provision automatically phase will be created in system. Okay, that will be a part of maintenance order. Okay, so in previous system in ECC it was not there, but in S4 HANA they are having phase maintenance also. So here it is a malfunction report or maintenance order to understand it, and then it is going to the technician. So here the planner, okay, planner, he's assigning the resources. So sometimes if you are having,
Ram, sorry to interrupt.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe can you just give a overview like how when you said phase-based maintenance, how that works? Just a small example, maybe.
see, phase based, basically we can have multiple phases in the maintenance itself. Okay, so let's say when you are saying planning, okay, if you see in system, nothing shows as a planning, right? You are just doing the planning. So then only you are calling as we are in the phase of planning. So as of now you are managing based on the user status, right? Correct. Let's say if you want to
Yes.
just manage the process, you need to use the user status, where you are saying we are in the planning phase, or once your planning is completed, you are saying planning completed, then you are going to the next stage, right? But here in new system you can define the phases. So your phase is the planning, and this phase itself can have multiple status to be maintained. So it will look
So
like,
is it a configuration that we can do in
yeah,
SPRO?
yes, yes, configuration is there. So for that
Okay.
there is one business function which has to be activated.
Okay.
Okay, and it is with the core system. There is no additional license, nothing is needed for that.
Okay. You only need to activate the business function and then you can go ahead and
Yeah,
do that planning for the phase.
correct.
So instead of controlling based on the user status, so through the standard phase that you define in SPRO, you can control, right?
Yes, yes, there are some phase points you can define.
Okay. Okay.
Prasid, did you get a chance to work on the phase?
Oh, actually, I started very recently in the S4 system. So
Mm-hmm.
currently, I am doing an greenfield implementation in S4. So
Okay.
that is why actually, so I am trying to look into the things that SAP brought in with S4. So
Uh,
maybe something which will help me in pitching to the client or maybe in my own work.
so here, see, SAP has given one more provision of RSH, okay, where we can do the scheduling and all. Okay, so resource scheduling. But that is basically, for that we need an additional license. Okay, and in
Mhm.
place of that we can use the MRS to manage your resources if we are going to manage in detail. Okay, so here what happen in order, based on your demand, it is going to transfer into MRS planning board, and there you will fetch all the resources from the HR and can assign it to the that demand.
Okay.
So that is the place where it is going to integrate. One more thing is here, let's say in many companies, if they don't want to use MRS, or if they don't want to, they don't want to create maintenance order. Let's say if you are having outage project, right, it is having maintenance order in bulk, okay, thousands or 100,000 or 200,000 order you need to create in one go, right? So one provision you can directly create based on the maintenance plan, right? So that it will trigger, and then later on you can assign it to your project, or you can assign it to your revision, right? But in many cases it may require to upload manually. So here we are having a provision through MSP upload, okay, Microsoft project. But for that we need one interface, we are calling it as EPC, enterprise project connection. So this basically, this module is part of EPPM, but it is helping us to upload maintenance order also. That is an extended solution of EPC. Okay, so EPC till 2025 December, it was part of your on-premises solution, but recently it is moved to cloud solution only. So many times
Okay.
this type of requirement comes in the outage project.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so here you can have this steps in standard system also, but it will not work until it is not configured for that. Okay, this is not directly transaction execution. Some transaction you can just see that for information, but will not able to see the detail. Okay, so once your, let's say, planning is done, you have done the resource planning, okay, and you have done the, you have maintained your operation and everything, your demand, and then you have done the resource planning, and then you are going further for dispatching the resources. Okay, so if you are using the MRS in your system, or if you are using RSH, we are having concept of dispatch. So here you can dispatch the resource for the maintenance, and then he will visit the site, and then once he will do the maintenance, then he need to maintain all these activities or tasks performed in the maintenance site to my notification, and that order will be closed by maintenance supervisor by the after the inspection. One second. Sorry. Okay, so this slide basically I have taken from book. Okay, that is a SAP standard book. So here I have just include the breakdown, maintenance, and fast correction of malfunction. So whatever the steps we are following, okay, steps, and what is the content, what is the typical role, and what is the integration. Okay, so in S4HANA, SAP is giving specific roles to the maintenance purpose. Okay, if you have experience of let's say any different system in ECC, for example PPM or SRM, or let's say CRM, SAP used to provide some standard rules, right? And but in maintenance we never had any standard rules, we used to create all rules, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but in S4 HANA, SAP providing roles itself. Okay, you can just copy that existing roles into your Z roles, your custom roles, and can modify it. Okay, so here whatever you can see, it is basically referred these roles, okay, which you are performing. Let's say notification and order when you are processing, then role maintenance planner. Okay, this is helping us to perform these transactions. Okay, so create maintenance order, include notification, release order, all these activities can be done by the maintenance planner. Okay, execution, unplanned material withdrawal, that has to be done by technician and warehouse clerk. So here that business role it is mentioned, but we are having a specific role also in the system, like confirmation it has to be done by the maintenance planner, completion it has to be done by the maintenance planner. So these are the actions, these are the contents which has to be performed by that respective role owner. Okay, order with or without notification. One second, just let me see here, civil maintenance processing. Okay, so here I have added here some application. Okay, so here as it is you can see in the system, but just I have added here for the understanding purpose, like report malfunction, manage malfunction report, repair malfunctions, how it looks like, how you can search the notification in the system or any object in the system, and then how you're going to process in S4. Okay, report and repair malfunction overview. How it looks like: report, plan, execute, document. Same way we used to have phases also. Okay, here you can see phases: plan, execute, and documents. Okay, so here report and repair malfunction suppose the maintenance technician case of breakdown situation from the start to end. Okay, so here basically to understand the business process steps, here phases I have mentioned. First is a report, when that the maintenance requirement or any breakdown is going to be report, and then it is going further for the planning purpose, and then execute and document here. So document is the last stage, where once the maintenance is done, the activity is performed, then only it is going to be maintained here in your notification. Okay, you are already having experience, so I'll not go much details. This is just I have shown the initial screen of SAP Fiori application notification, like how malfunction report we are creating, and then further how it is going to process, then how repair report and repair malfunction review is going to happen. Okay, and then further repair report and repair malfunction reviews is happening, and then documenting. So these steps I'm keeping here. Okay, but apart from that, I would like to just explain one more thing here. Okay, meanwhile, if you have any question, please just I'll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Raman,
now,
regarding the work permit, so in S4HANA, I think we can create the work permit directly from the work order, right?
Yeah, in ECC also you can do.
Okay, no, I have not worked in WCM, so yeah.
I'll explain that process. Okay, actually I don't have respective PPT here, but I'll explain the concept how it works.
Okay,
Okay, for example, if I'm talking about the same business case which we have studied now. Okay, that just a second. So what was the business case? That we were facing some issue in AC, right? So let's
WCM.
say if you want to disconnect the electricity first before performing any maintenance, so you just want to disconnect the AC, right? So in that case, you need to take a clearance that everything is fine, or the work environment is ready to work or not. Okay, the place. So in that case, the application has to be applied in the system. So generally what happen, maintenance team has to apply for the work clearance application, right? So let me just explain here. Okay, so let's say this is your particular function location. Okay, functional, or okay, some floor or some machine is there, or some, let's say, some system is there where you need to perform the maintenance. Okay, so what will happen, first of all, let's say if operation team, right, operation team will face some issue, right? So in day to day activity, they are checking that some irregular sound is coming from the system. Okay, so this operation team, they will create a notification that we need some maintenance or something is happening, just check it. This notification is going to route it to maintenance team, right? So maintenance team, they know that in that particular area, to perform any work, we need this this system has to be shut down for some time. Okay, this particular area has to be disconnected from the electricity, or my maintenance, that the place has to be ready for the maintenance, right? For example, if I think I need to do some welding work, okay, or I need to just go inside of some like deep area where I need to just check some few things. So in that case, I need to ask to my operation team that this is my prerequisites, and be ready with the area with all these conditions, so that I can perform the maintenance, right? So for that purpose, maintenance team will create a work clearance application. So here in system, we are having the provision where we can create WCA with reference to notification or with reference to order. Okay, but generally we used to go with the order only. So here maintenance team will create WCA, work clearance application. Okay, so then this application has to be approved by first maintenance team manager, and then or it has to be approved by operation. Okay, and in the process of operation approval, they have to ensure that this particular location is ready for maintenance. So they will create WCD, work clearance document, with reference to WCA. So here it is a basically mention that this particular switch is on or off. Okay, sorry. And then they will take a print from the system. They will go to the site, exactly the function location area, and they will stick that particular print that this particular area is available for maintenance. And then they will switch off or switch on whatever the prerequisites to just disconnect the system. And then this maintenance team will come, they will perform the maintenance, and once the all maintenance has been done, then they will confirm to the operation to close the WCA. Once WCA is closed, then reverse back they will close all the other objects here. So once your WCA is closed, then again the system has to be normalized. Okay, system normalized means that they have to switch on the system and need to check everything is running fine or not. Once everything is running fine, then only they will go to close the work order. This is the process steps here. Okay. So I'm having some specific PPTs for that, but unfortunately I don't have in this system. Any question from this area?
No, no question here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. And I was talking about the maintenance process life cycle. Okay, or asset management life cycle. Asset means when you are going to install the asset. Okay, even before that, let's say in many companies, before uh, they are going to purchase or procure any asset, or when they are going to construct any asset, before that they are having concept, the strategically understanding of requirement of asset. Okay, if you got a chance to work in that particular area, so first of all that strategy team has to define whether this asset is needed or not. For example, if the organization is looking to construct one manufacturing plant, right, even before starting the construction of manufacturing plant, they need to decide whether this is how exactly it is helping us. Okay, what exactly we are going to do, what is our agenda, how exactly this is going to align with my organization policies or vision or mission of the organization. So that part, when we are going to submit any idea or any initiative, and then further it is going for approval, that part come under EPPM, enterprise portfolio and project management. So once that concept is approved, then it is going for further planning. Okay, further planning and detailed planning it is going. So and then further it is going for execution. So when construction is happening, that time it is coming as a part of project system. So once your complete plant is ready, okay, so individual machine or individual system has to create as an asset in the system, and same time you are creating the function location or equipment in your plant maintenance, right? So plant maintenance activities coming once your plant is ready. Okay, before that, construction of asset, it is a part of your PS and asset management in FI. Okay, so starting from your concept, when asset is going to be strategically understand that whether we are going to procure or construct this asset, and then till retirement of your asset, that it comes under the asset management life cycle. Okay, so I'll cover that part, I'll cover this part. I'll give you some initial understanding of your one or two sessions from the PPM and PS, and then how we are constructing, and then further how it is going to align or with the asset. Okay, then how it is going to add the value into asset based on the settlement and all. Then we will move to the plant maintenance, and as part of this course I'll cover that integration with the REFX also, and I'll cover integration with the Conceptually, I'll explain how it is integrated with the MRS, because I don't have system to integrate with the MRS in the same system. It is different, but conceptually I'll explain in the concept of EPC. So, and then linear asset management. I hope you understand the requirement of linear asset management also. Yes,
Yeah,
any
like
idea?
suppose maintenance or inspection of pipeline or rail track.
Yes, yes. So there is some specific business function for that also, and how we are going to maintain the master data. Okay, all these things I'll explain. So conceptually, we'll see other things also like APM, but I don't have system to showcase in that area. Okay. Any question? Any specific question? I'll show you my system also, which we'll use for this. Okay. Just a second. So this system we are going to use. This is completely Fiori based S4HANA 2023 version, genuine system. Okay, so currently all EPPM transactions have been included in Favorite. So we'll just add our plant maintenance transactions here itself. All the required application will add it here, and it is very it is very fast. We don't have any issue in any of application, and it is having all the notes also.
Rama, one quick question from my end.
Yeah.
Since in my project currently we are going for this Fiori application, but in ECC I did not get a chance to work on this Fiori and all.
Uh-huh.
So at least the execution part in Fiori is okay, but I want to understand from you like the connection or the initial setup, how you set this Fiori application up. Is there anything as a functional from plant maintenance perspective that we need to get involved into?
Not much. Not much. If you are going, if you are checking all these application in uh, Fury application library, there is a directly you can find out on Google. Okay, from there
Mhm.
you can see all the relevant Fury catalog and other details of your technical details of Fury application, and you need to just give it to your Fury consultant to activate. But you should know
Okay.
which application is more suitable for business. Okay, many times, because for one thing, like many for one transaction, many things are given in the system. So you need to understand where exactly which application you supposed to give to your business. Okay, and there's some specific point where exactly this application is linking to which type of notification, that has to be managed by the functional consultant.
Okay. You mean that Fiori screen code has to be assigned to a notification type or something?
Yeah, correct, like how it is going to manage this.
Got it. Okay. So in SPRO settings, you can do that. Like, let's say I create a one notification, this should be my
Yes,
Fiori screen, which is called.
yes. Which where exactly it has to be target.
Okay.
Okay, any other question?
No question from my side.
Okay,
No, you
so
can go ahead.
just I am stopping it here itself. Thank you.